Jakarta, the capital of Indonesia, the front line of the country's economic growth, chaotic, overpopulated, and strangled by traffic. How does football fit into this cosmopolitan city with so many options for entertainment? I was about to find out. You see, if you ask an outsider about Jakarta and football, the first thing that would come to their mind is probably GBK, Gelora Bung Karno. That's the famous national stadium of the country of Indonesia, which is absolutely mad about football. But if you were to ask someone from the region, they would probably tell you something else. They would tell you about Persija Jakarta, the club that occupies GBK in everyday life, and their famous supporters called the Jakmania. Match day in Jakarta. Persija play Persebaya Surabaya, probably their biggest rivals after Persib Bandung. For rivalries as big as these, anyone in opulent colours are at high risk, including the players. They are always transported in armoured vehicles to the stadium. At the Jakmania office, the atmosphere is a little pensive. Hundreds stayed up all night to complete procedures for the choreography. The rain might just spoil everything. But me, I'm quite happy because everybody seems to be knowing about my club back home, East Bengal.
This club from India. We Indonesian supporter know East Bengal, not the North. East Bengal.
One of the biggest games in Indonesia. They call it the El Clasico. Persebaya versus Persija Jakarta. And again, as all big games in Indonesia, away fans are not allowed because they have a strong rivalry. But it's incredible because it's been raining for the last 5 hours here in Jakarta, and the conditions are not really good for fans to turn up. But thousands and thousands of fans have turned up in the parking lot, which I'm in right now, near the stadium, and it's crazy. It's, like the hundreds of buses which are coming in and parking over here, and all the fans are on the rooftop, just singing, chanting, and they're drunk, just having a really good time. The rain doesn't matter, not stopping the passion, absolutely not. Incredible scenes. Today is a very, very big game. It's the last game of Bambang Pamungkas, the legend of Persija and Indonesia. Age 39, he's going to play his last game in Persija colours, and it's also the final game for BUNG FERRY, one of the leaders and legends of Jakmania, one of the initial people who started Jakmania and took it to where it is today. So you can see the madness. It's absolutely insane. About 1.5 hours to kick off. Expected there are a lot of police here. Big game. Possibly away fans might come might come to GBK, but not wearing the colours of Persebaya, but they still might be coming, and there still might be some problems. So always there is a lot of police protection inside the stadium. And it's the first stadium where they do not allow cigarettes inside in Indonesia. Quite surprising. 45 minutes to kick off, and worries me because the stadium is not full yet, and I don't know how many of the people will turn up.
Having spoken to a few people, apparently the word that we're hearing is we might get a crowd, maybe in the second half, because a lot of people are still delayed from their travel to the stadium. It was, the traffic jam has been insane. Some of the roads are flooded outside, 3-4 hours of non-stop rain. So it's not a definitely not what we were looking forward to. But yeah, let's see. Hopefully we get a bit of a crowd in the second half.
Old choreo from about a year back in the AC Cup. The Persija Tiger, they still keep it on the ground. It's one of the most incredible sights in Indonesian football, actually on the continental stage. Obviously, Persija Jakarta is the first team I watched in Indonesia, so they're really close to my heart. And it's in Persija that in Jakarta, in Bekasi, I remember 2 years back that I first walked into a stadium which was, which was so full of passion and so full of emotion that it sort of changed my life. And it's one of the reasons why, Footy Traveller is still going on and on. It's because of people that I first met and I first saw in Jakarta 2 years ago. Behind me is the Kurva North of Persija, and on that side is the Vidangikara, the east side, and on the opposite side is Kurva South of Persija. These three sections of the stadium are the ones who act as the 12th man for Persija Jakarta. Minutes up. Persebaya have already scored, and but still, as usual, Persija Jakarta fans don't stop singing. There are a number of tributes that are going out today, not just for BEPE but also for BUNG FERRY. BUNG FERRY is one of the inspirational leaders of Persija Jakarta fan club, Jakmania, and he was the one who brought the fans to the stadium in Jakarta, because Jakarta used to be a city which was so divisive in terms of identity, because there were people coming from all over the country and staying in Jakarta, but they did not have a team to support. They could not identify with Persija Jakarta. But BUNG FERRY was one of the leaders who, in the initial phases, gave them a sense of belonging. Jakarta is yours, and that's what he taught everybody. And today, Persija is what it is today. So BUNG FERRY, after many years, will be retiring from his position as one of the leaders of Jakmania. And not that, there's also another banner of one of the members who passed away, and they have a small graffiti for him, because they were brothers at one point of time, and just because he's not in the kurva doesn't mean he's not in the heart. And of course there's a big number of banners for BEPE, Bambang, Pamungkas. Scored their second goal. So you can hear the governor, you can hear the stadium. No one gives a damn. Pull one back via penalty. Simic scoring it for Persija. At halftime, and there are some things going wrong over here, because a few Persebaya fans have been found in the tribune, and there were some fights. We're not really sure what happened after that. logo was centered around a jibe towards Persebaya fans, especially with their symbol, their logos. Also, feel that the mosaic, I think was a little less coordinated. I think people rushed it too much. It's difficult when you have such a big mosaic. Obviously, the problem with such a big stadium and so many fans and so many different subgroups is that often they are not in sync. There is a delay in catching the chant from one side to the other. So one side may be already halfway through the chant, and that's when the other side catches the chant. So yeah, but this is just like a logistical problem, to be honest, and there's no way around it. It's entirely very difficult to get everybody in the entire stadium to sing one song. It's kind of difficult, I think so.
At the final whistle, it was crazy. There was pyros being lit everywhere and crackers being burst and stuff being thrown on the pitch. I'm not really sure if this was for a protest, but the atmosphere was just intimidating and beautiful.
Jakarta bangga, Persija bangga, The Jack bangga. Kita semua malam hari ini menunjukkan kepada saudara kita bahwa Persija, The Jack, Indonesia tidak akan pernah lupa atas perannya di lapangan hijau.
Fans are on the pitch, just to wish the last game for Bambang, Pamungkas and BUNG FERRY. Intense, absolutely insane. This is what football is all about. Half the stadium is on the pitch just because they want to say goodbye to Bambang, Pamungkas.
Jakmania means more than just being from Jakarta. Like Persib isn't just Bandung, today Persija isn't just Jakarta. Jakmania for me have brought identity to every class in Jakarta. The poor to the rich, the DJ to the bartender, the owner to the employee, which in a very big city like Jakarta is a difficult thing to accomplish.